Joining us now is Joe Abraham, an Angel dad whose daughter Katie was killed by an illegal alien in Illinois. In Chicago, Alderman Raymond Lopez. Thank you both so much for being here. Joe, so sorry about your daughter. Of course, we want to hear all about her, but you've spoken out against sanctuary city policies in Illinois. You warned about this happening to someone else's daughter after your daughter was killed by an illegal immigrant. What do you think has to change in this scenario for things to be prevented in the future for innocent people from losing their lives?
Well, I think the first thing would be that our current leaders in Illinois need to be sort of voted out. They have proven that they cannot handle this situation. For example, you nullify federal law, immigration law, and then you put no process, no guardrails, no safety guards. So these folks have botched this on both ends, victims and the immigrants. So there's nothing we can do unless we vote these folks out and get some new blood in.
Raymond, you're listening to what Joe's saying about these policies that have led to these horrific murders of people in Illinois. Why do you think the Chicago City Council hasn't taken action to prevent this from happening?
Well, first off, allow me to extend my sincere condolences to Joe and the Gormans and to the 1,272 other families that have negatively experienced tragedy at the hands of many of these dangerous non-citizens that are here. And let's be clear, not all non-citizens are dangerous. But what I do know is this, that we tried to amend our welcoming city ordinance here in the city of Chicago in January 2025. And 39 of my colleagues, 39 out of 50, said, no, thank you. We believe in being open and welcoming to everyone, regardless of where they come from or what they do once they are here. And that is the wrong thing to say, the wrong message to send, because what we need to focus on is welcoming people in our city, in our state, in our country who want to make this country, state, and city better. Just giving open access to everybody, regardless of what their intentions are, is wrong. And as we've seen time and time again, it is exceedingly dangerous, and we cannot continue down this path.
But Raymond, what about more cooperation with Immigration and Customs Enforcement? This man, Medina, who has now been charged with murder, he was in the country illegally. He got arrested for shoplifting, was out after committing that crime, and now here we have another young woman who was killed after walking down the street in Chicago with her friends. So shouldn't there be more cooperation with Immigration and Customs Enforcement that knows how to handle violent criminal aliens like this?
Without question. I mean, that is a very common sense thing to do. When you have non-citizens that you arrest who are committing dangerous criminal acts, absolutely you should be able to work with our federal partners. That's the change that I wanted to create here in the city of Chicago, because that was the law 2 mayors ago. But now we have a very different set of values, a very different set of politicians who are letting their sympathies being overrun by individuals who simply don't care about this country or its values.
Yeah, I mean, the mayor, Brandon Johnson's making a mockery out of it, saying abolish ICE on snow plows and acting like it's a big joke. Joe, you testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee yesterday, which included your senator from Illinois, Dick Durbin. Do you feel like your message was heard by those lawmakers, and had you heard from them before yesterday?
No, so if I look at my senator, Dick Durbin, who was on the committee, he didn't hear one word. He didn't even know I was there, I think. Here's a lifelong Illinoisan, his constituent, and he completely and utterly disrespects Katie's life and death. I was so appalled and disgusted by that. So I have no words for him. He is not worthy of any words. I am just happy he is now retiring. For me, 30 years too late, but I'm glad he's gone. And anyone he endorses ought to be rejected right off the bat. And Alderman Lopez, I appreciate your sentiments. You're the only one so far in Illinois, other than some Republican sides, that even acknowledge Katie's life and death. And let's face it, we're going to have to think about not just criminals, because, if you think of Julio Cucabol, who killed my daughter, he had, immigration laws he broke, identification, but I wouldn't consider him the worst of the worst.
Right.
So whatever happened under the Biden-Harris regime needs to be reevaluated right from the get-go. And it can't just be the criminals up top. It's got to be up and down. And because it's not always the worst of the worst. When there's no consequences, they feel no repercussions. It's a free-for-all, and that doesn't work.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.